What's going on? Happy day to you. Welcome to the channel. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're tapping into your weekly reading. All right, Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross watchers, obviously welcome. As long as the energy, the message resonates with you, then it's definitely meant for you. All right? I'm sure you guys know the spiel. I hope the day is going well for you. And let's look in. Highest and best message for Virgo energy. We're just coming off of a full moon. Yeah, anxiety. I'm sorry, guys. That's like never a fun way to start a reading. You know, but I totally get it. 100%. I can relate. It's just like when the tapes of fear, the unknown keep playing in our head round and round. Like I said, we just came off of a full moon, so we're still in that residual energy. And it was pretty intense, you know, lots of triggering of emotion, wounding, and it's stressful and it shows for you. And so I'm, you know, sending all the love. What I think this is fuel for, though, is that it's actually helping you kind of align better with what you want. You know, sometimes the stress and the anxiety, we have to be, you know, like practical about it, right? We have to kind of say, okay, where is this coming from? What happened to cause this? And how do I need to make different choices accordingly? And it's giving you that drive. Yeah, I love that. It's giving you that drive to make different changes and choices, that fire energy that we often need to tap into, especially with you as an earth sign, right? Because earth is very rooted, grounded. It's comprised of water and earth energy. You know, I mean, all the elements are embodied in all the things, but that's like a different story for another day. Anywho, sorry guys. This is happening to protect you. You know, you're learning how to stand in your power from a more intentional and protective way. And I think this is important because, you know, I think I'm a little like Pollyanna, rose-colored glasses. I'm sure it's like seen through the readings. But, you know, I think that in reality, like life is pretty intense, you know, people woundings. It can be really messy. It can be super ugly. It can be super traumatic. That's the duality of it. That's kind of what being alive is all about, right? Is seeing and understanding that duality and learning how to work with it in a way that is like for your own success and goals and happiness. You know, I mean, like we all want to live a fulfilling life, right? I do. Like I want to be happy. Not that I'm not, you know. But I think sometimes when the difficult things hit, right, it makes us kind of live in these darker spaces, you know. Also known as the shadow. It triggers certain things within us, etc. And it's not good, bad, right, or wrong. It's just learning how to navigate those things, you know, take the good with the bad, and then make, you know, decisions accordingly. There might have been something you were taking for granted or something that was taking you for granted, an opportunity. Maybe you were a little bit immature about. Maybe you had, yeah, like a lot on your plate. I get that. Like sometimes we make those, you know, not as honorable decisions for ourselves when there is a lot going on, you know. So there's this element of not feeling valued, not feeling heard, understood, taken for granted. And then that pushes, coupled with all the things that we're balancing, you know. This page of Wands energy just talks about how, you know, we end up making, like I said, just kind of immature choices, not really for the highest and best. But what I like for you, Virgo, is you're working to look at it from a very like diplomatic and analytical perspective. Because your senses are telling you something. Like you are getting some intuitive messages right now. Like I said, we are just coming from that new moon. So the full moon, sorry. So that energy is still going to be pretty heightened. And Neptune and Venus are also in Pisces, which opens up that connection with the spirit world a lot easier. So it's like you're being able to tap into the spirit world, but use more of a scrutinizing eye, like analytical understanding, which you're awesome at. Virgo energy is all about kind of like analyzing the situation and figuring out the best way forward. Yeah. This is, and it is so grounded in your happiness. Like what makes you feel good about your life. Ironic that we started out that way, right? Ironic or not, the cards never lie. Okay, so you're dealing with something that's like, I don't know, you're waiting on something, someone's waiting on something to materialize. Not really making any actions one way or another. That's kind of been the general theme in all of the readings this week, is there's this element, and I think even, now that I think about it, the astrology reading, it really talks about kind of spending time a little more alone, or creating that time for yourself to be alone, to reflect, to kind of just internalize. And that's definitely what this energy is that you're dealing with. Earth energy. I feel like that's not, I mean, it could be yours. You know, obviously the energy is interchangeable. Everyone's situation is going to be different. I do personal readings as a side note. You know, that helps kind of specify and clarify if needed. I love to support in whatever way possible. But I feel like this is more the person that you're dealing with. So you could be dealing with another earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Someone who's, I don't know, like really kind of taking their time. Pentacles energy, especially Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. It's a slower pace. So not a lot is unfolding. And this is dealing with, like, this is family, legacy, what you're building, lineage. So they're kind of cultivating some of that in their own life. This energy has been coming up a lot as well. There's a lot of intentional work happening. Like I feel like, kind of like I said, there's this heavy emphasis on self right now and really kind of grounding into who we are and what we want. And I feel like whatever situation, person you're dealing with, Virgo, you know, that is conflicting for both of you. I feel like you've approached the situation in a diplomatic way, trying to give the benefit of the doubt where it's due, but also not be walked all over. It's just also challenging because you're picking up so much, that intuition, you know, you're getting those messages, those downloads, those intuitive insights about what this is. And so it is kind of putting you in this position of like mama bear, like protecting, no matter what gender you are. You know, it's just about like protecting our territory, what is ours. Because you've been working very hard and very intentionally to balance that happiness and enjoyment of life. But it's stressing you out a lot. And I feel like there's actually a very strong call to protect what you're growing and building. Sorry, I should do this. Right? Because it's, you know, you are in an environment where there's good and there's bad, just as in anything, right? How we were talking about, you know, maybe we are the type of people, or I am, that loves to see the best in other people. We all are humans. We have our shortcomings, our triggerings, our woundings, etc. but we don't always get that same benefit from other people. And with earth energy, there comes a lot of stubbornness, an inability to kind of maybe start fresh, create some new ideas, new opportunities around what's happening, because they're just focused on their own stuff. That's exactly what it is. They're not really taking time to think about you or how it affects you, anything like that. And no shade to this person. I feel like they're just kind of in their own vibe, kind of stuck in their own head about what they have going on. Because for some reason they're putting their own interests above yours. They think their own interests are more worthy, is what I'm hearing. That's where this Four of Cups energy comes into play. Because there is some amount of synergy, but I feel like it's like the ball is always in your court. And so it's actually really good that, Virgo, you're stepping into this Queen of Swords energy, because that's really very diplomatic. It's taking the emotion out of things, and it's really important to do so. I think with the Queen of Swords, you just have to make sure that you're not reacting out of anger, which is like easier said than done, right? Yeah. Queen of Pentacles. That's so interesting. Let me clarify this, because this is talking about how, okay, so, it's like, I feel like with that Queen of Swords energy too, you're putting the ball in their court, because there's some residual from this Pentacles energy. The Queen of Pentacles just showed up, where it's like, well, I feel like I have to do this all by myself. And that's why they're taking their time. That's why they're not really addressing or approaching anything. I feel like they're not happy with how things worked out. But there is a little bit of this woe is me energy. No shade to them. The clock was 1, 2, 3, 4 when I called that out. So thank you, Spirit. Yeah, it's kind of like, well, I have to do everything. I have to do the work. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying of this person not really being aware of your stuff and what you're moving through, or the challenges that it is for you. And it's almost like this person feels like if they do approach you, if they do talk to you, it's just going to push you further away. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so new beginnings are in store. There is an offer that's coming through from them. I do feel that. It actually almost feels like out of this comes a lot of different offers for you. So let me clarify that Five of Pentacles. Okay, Knight of Wands. Ooh, and the Devil. Okay. So this is, this is about like, I feel like you end up moving away from this situation. I feel like whether or not you guys find common ground, I don't know. It's to be determined. Oops. Three of Swords, heartbreak, and then the King of Pentacles popped out. So, there is kind of, I don't know. I don't know if there's specifically going to be resolve, because there's a lot of hesitancy on this other person's end. And I feel like they want you to come to them. But as time moves on, and I feel like this, again, is where this protection energy comes into play. It's really important for you to protect your own self-interest, because they're going to kind of make it, I don't know. This is like a really, really, really heavy energy, guys. This is basically saying that, you know, they're going to make it kind of hurt, you know, make it feel bad for being maybe a little bit immature. And then let me just clarify, actually, this Fool and Six of Wands. I'll pull one more on this. I mean, what I see out of it is it looks like you Virgo, get to kind of have your own level of success. I don't know if it's coming from this person or group of people. Yeah, there's that change. Because I feel like a different offer comes in for you that makes it feel like it's a brand new beginning. It's a fresh start. This energy's been coming up a lot lately as well, collectively. So it's kind of like, okay. So it's kind of, I'll take all these actually. It's kind of like, you know, we're all being challenged, like I said, to focus on ourselves and really tune in and tap into what is working for us and what we want to align ourselves with. And it's work for everybody because we have to start saying no to the things that aren't working. And if someone is not, or a situation is not showing up how we want it to, is it really truly in alignment with us? And I feel like there is this element where, you know, there's kind of like this kicking you out is what I'm hearing. It's like kicking you out, because of, you know, this is Capricorn energy. I feel like this is coming from that Queen of Pentacles, you know, maybe getting so upset, so frustrated that you're not coming to them and that they have to go to you, that they're just kind of, you know, putting the hammer down. But what fell out for the Oracle, which I think is dope, is it came out like this. So expressing love. Sorry, these are a little glary. Releasing anger and tuning in, you know. I mean, the bottom line is like back to that point of happiness, right? We can't control other people, how they show up, what they do, whether or not we agree with it, you know. That's just the name of the game. The only thing we can do is control ourselves. And I feel like this helps release and let go of some of that anger that's trapped in this situation. And I feel like there is going to be messages of love that come through it, maybe a support, maybe a nurture as well. It's probably going to be more from your end is what I'm hearing. But it's actually like helping you level up when it comes to how you're dealing with people, places, and things. And this is all being born from tuning into yourself, right? Okay, so right now it's about releasing the stress and the anxiety. Where is that coming from? And then you're going to find that fire, that ambition to be making choices that are more in alignment with you, Virgo, not stepping into the BS, into the chaos. And it's from that space of tuning in, and you're going to protect yourself a lot better around some of the chaos that's been happening in your world. So I hope this helps you guys navigate whatever you're moving through, sending all the love and blessings, you know, just that everything just kind of moves fluidly and you're really able to kind of, you know, seize your power through the situation. So thanks for tuning in. Definitely thumbs up, drop comments below if this resonated. I love hearing everyone's stories. So, and growing the community. All right. Lots of love. Thanks for your time.